All right, welcome once again. This is Pepper Jack Hawk Studio, and today, just gonna talk about books again. I mean, seems to be the thing to do lately. Let's start with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones. We read the back, I think, but what about the first page? Let's see here. First line, probably lines. It's gonna be lines, not page. Though some of these pages might have first lines that go into paragraphs, but we'll see. We'll kind of talk about it and see how good it is. Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lives. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of Number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. They were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious because they didn't hold with such nonsense. That's a good line. I don't know if it's topped here, but it definitely gets you invested in the story. I mean, what kind of mystery and mayhem? Why are these normal people involved? Like, how can we, you know, find out more? So, I mean, good first line. Let's see here. I've got a stack to go through. Age of Swords, Michael J. Sullivan. I don't know if I read the back of this before, do you guys? So we'll start with that. In Age of Myth, Fantasy Master. Oh, this isn't even the first one. So psych. I'm not gonna do that one. Okay, this we've read the back of. So, The Blackguard by A.J.Smith. Let's see. I think the prologue's an intro chapter. Let's see. Let me just see what I want to read here. Tales of the Giants. In the long ages of deep time, uncountable millennium, before the rise of men, there lived a race of giants. Continent shifts and mountain rose and fell as the giants fought the long war for the right to possess the lands of their birth. The greatest giants, mortal beings of huge size and power, lived enough, fought hard enough, and gained enough wisdom to become gods. I think we'll read the rest of this. Renwanko, the ice giant, claimed the cold northern lands and was worshipped by the men of Rainin. Ja, the fire giant, ruled the burning desert sands to the south and chose the men of Caressa as his followers. The stone giant, known only as the One, held dominion over the lush plains and towering mountains of Torfunweir, and his followers, the men of Ro, believed they had the right to rule all the land of men. Other giants there were also, though their names and their followers were thought lost and their empires buried as victims of the long war. The giants have long since left the lands to the humans, but their followers still worship them, invoke their names daily, and aggressively maintain their laws. The giants themselves sit beyond the perception of human in the halls beyond the world, while their most trusted followers fight the long war in their stead. So the Blackguard is book 1 in the long war. Let's see. I think this is tricky because there's a intro, there's this prologue thing we read, but there's another prologue, and then there's chapter 1. So first line is kind of relative, I think. Let's just read 2 first lines then. Lord Bromley of Carnan stood by the docks of Rotiris and wrapped his heavy traveling coat tight around his shoulders. Okay. Randall, if I have to empty my own piss pot again, I'm going to bite your ear off. Get in here, boy. 2 very different lines, all in the same book. Like, wow. Like, the giant one, though. That's way descriptive. Like, if you read that and then you read the first line, I mean, it's good. So one's a doc, one's about, a squire doing his squire duties. So, I mean, there's a lot going on just in the first pages. So there's that. Let me see here. There's a couple more here. So I have Ascendance, Song of Chaos, Book 1 by Michael R. Miller. Holt Cook was never meant to be a dragon rider. He has always served the Hall of the Order Hall of the Crag dutifully, keeping their kitchen pots clean, until he discovers the dark secrets. Dragons do not tolerate weakness among their kin, killing the young they deem flawed. Moved by pity, Holt defies the order, rescues a doomed egg, and vows to protect the blind dragon within. But the scourge is riding. Undead hordes roam the land, spreading the blight, leaving destruction in their wake. The dragon riders are being slaughtered, and betrayal lurks in the shadows. Holt has one chance to survive. He must cultivate the mysterious powers of his dragon's magical core, a unique energy which may tip the balance for the battle in the battles to come, and prove to the world that the servant is worthy after all. And then the first line in that. There's a beautiful map in here. Not that you can really see, but it's pretty good details. There's a song here. Do you count that as the first line? Probably not, but the other song, the Fire Elders, poured forth his rage. The Frost Elder used her cunning. The Storm Elder summoned his might. The Mystic Elder whispered arcane secrets. The Life Elder bid it to grow, and the world forever changed. Chapter 1, The Crag. Though he was running late, Holt spared a moment when he heard the dragon's roar. You know enough about it. I mean, it's a pretty good line. You hear the dragon roar, plus he's late. So, I mean, that just could go any direction, honestly. I do have another one. Harbinger of Justice by Andrew Watson. Upon the black sands, beneath the ever-watching eye, a tale of magic and ancient mystery unfold the new dark epic fantasy series. In the desert city of Yantar, Nia cares for her sick mother, but when Nia is arrested, her mother's death is all but certain unless Nia joins a secret project that promises her freedom if she survives. Ray, a mercenary, has a shadow dark enough for two in his quest to discover natures of creatures living in his own shadow. Rai collides with old friends, new enemies, stumbling into an ancient mystery that could mean the ends of the world as we know it. All the while, darkness stirs and rebellion threatens, helmed by a man who promised justice will reign. That is like Egypt if it was an epic dark fantasy. Like, this one took me a while to read, but it was so good. Working on the second one. Also working a lot. Pretty much loved this so much. It got moved a few times and got just kind of ate by the sun, unfortunately. Such a good series, though. Let's see. So there's a prologue also. I don't know what you do with first lines, though. Let's see. The man with the too dark shadow staggered down the corridor, waiting for the voice in his head to speak again. Cayenne was going mad, he was sure of it. He could feel the insanity scratch at the walls of his mind. People bustled through the market street in the early morning glare. There's a lot to take in. Why does he have a super dark or bigger shadow? And why is he going insane? The other thing is, where is this marketplace? Like, how do they interact with what you read in the first and the back? Like, there's a lot to uncover here. Let's see here. Got a couple more. So I just pull them out. I'll have to look for Michael J. Sullivan first one to read, but so here we've got The Last Door by JordenCimenski. I actually know this person. I shadowed her as a teacher for a couple times, and I read her book. It's pretty good. Let's see. Legends claim that if you conquer the trails of Mount Laverne, the god atop the mountain will grant your wish. But JC didn't come to win a wish. She came to die. JC enters the mountain seeking a good death, but instead she befriends two other desperate to survive. Sherry, a young woman eager to prove herself, and Pat, a man searching for his family. JC must keep her companions safe as they venture deeper within the mountains to confront deadly competitors and strange beasts. As the secrets of the mountain unravel, JC must decide what she truly wants and whether life is worth living. How would you pack a bag for a journey knowing it would be your last? That, sounds incredible. And it was a really good read. Like, it could be a standalone, it probably is, but this whole magic system here, this door where God is, like, granting wishes in a mountaintop, very, very interesting premise. And then you have this desperate soul. Like, I just want to, live out my days and finish it here as a good fight kind of thing. And then she meets other characters, and the trials and tribulations in this book are excellent. Like, I don't know how to compare it to anything, but there's the God things. The trials and tests are kind of like Hunger Games-esque, but different also. There's a lot of challenges. Like, they're good. Okay, the next one is Daughter of the Moon and Son of Night by Ashley M. Christensen. And I do know this person too. Anyway, we'll read the first one. Daughter of the Moon. The Lucian has led the werewolves of the world ever since they began. Tsar Lucian had been the alpha for 100 years. It is almost time for him to step down and let his daughter Zora take over. Zora, however, is unsure if she's ready. With her parents gone to the neighboring vampire territory, she is put to the test. Can she protect her family and herself from a threat of outsider pack? Can she show she's ready to lead? And then, that's our prologue again. Earth is believed to be the only planet with life. Life is the form of humans. Zora, Zora, get in here this instant, Tsar yelled. Zora moved quickly and rushed into the great hall where her father and mother sat waiting. You get more from the back, but this is very a quick read, I think. Like, you got werewolves and vampires, easy enough to understand premise-wise, and the prologue sets that up, and then you're right in with the characters into chapter 1. Like, a very clean start to a good book series. And an excellent entryway to a good author, too. Okay, and this next one's a chunker. LeahRBerquist, I know her as well. And it's called The Black Veil. It's a book series. When you lose everything, hope can be found in the darkest of places and in the most unlikely of friends. Alesia, new roommate, eats people. Not long ago, she was living a life of luxury in the castle with the royal family of Valentra. But that ended the day she manifested as a Thel, a mage capable of deadly magic. Now she keeps from being hunted down and killed. She must survive 9 months in the last haven for the Thel, a dark and cold training academy, full of intrigue and violence and houses dangerous secrets that will force Emilia and her new roommate to rely on each other in order to survive. Now this one, let's see. The demon had not been allowed a peaceful death. Its back had arched and twisted in agony, so intense that the whites of its eyes filled with blood and now looked black. We're going to start. Chapter 1. Emily huddled as close to the fire as possible, yet as far from her father as she could get. Why does she want to be away from her father? What's going on, and what's up with that blood and oozing and that creature demon thing? Like, there's a lot of mysteries to underline, and it's a big, thick book, and there's a second, maybe a third one out by now. I'm not sure. But definitely another author to check out. Let's see. I got a few more I want to do. Okay. And these ones I talked about before. We'll do them real quick. So MichaelWisehart, The White Tower. Let's do the first one. Chapter 1, Nihilus. Nihilus heard the cry of the Korax behind him, and the sounds of their approach sent shivers down his spines. What is a Korax? Why are they sending shivers down his spines? What is he doing? Where is he? There's so many questions here. And if you remember the back, I mean, it's about magic when it's outlawed. Like, it's great stuff. Let's see. Kingdom of Dragons by Jed Hearn. Dragon rider chasing vengeance, a spy on a crusade of destruction, two nations on the brink of war. Let's see. Chapter 1, Zora. So I think the chapter headings are the name of the character, which is great, like, yeah. So then you can tell who's talking. Anyway, this one has a beautiful picture in the front, too. And let's see. 6 bandits occupied the village below. Zora lay hidden atop the nearby cliff, watching them build a platform in the village square. Why are they building a platform? Why are they being watched? Like, what is going on, and what does this have to do with dragons? Like, the intrigue is already out there because it's dragons, but... Next one, TerryBrooks. Sword of Shanra. The trilogy? Now, some people say, skip the Sword of Shanra, go to the second book. Which, we could take a look at both, honestly. The first chapter, or pages. Long ago, the wars of the ancient evil ruined the world in peaceful Shadyville. Half-elf Shay Omsford known little of such trouble. But the supposedly dead warlock lord is plotting to destroy everything in his wake. The sole weapon against the power of darkness, Sword of Shanra, which can be used only by the true heir of Shanra. On Shay's last of the bloodline rests the hope of all lives. On Shay lasts the hope of all. Let's see. The sun was already sinking into the deep greens of the hill to the west of the valley, the red and gray pink of its shadows touching the corner of the land, when Flick Onsword began his descent. So it talks about Shay, but now we're introduced to Flick right away, so... The next thing is the Elfstones of Shanna. The magical elk tree is dying, loosening the spell that bars the demons from... Excuse me. Now, let's see. I'll start over. The magical Elk-Cry tree is dying, loosening the spell that bars the demons from enacting vengeance upon the land. Now Will's Armsworm must guard the elven girl Emberlane on the perilous quest as she carries the Elk-Cry seed to the mysterious place where it can be quickened into a powerful new force. But dark on their trail comes the Reaper, most fearsome of all demons, aiming to crush their mission at any cost. So now, gotta figure out where this story starts. So, the night sky brightened faintly in the east with the approach of dawn, and the chosen entered the gardens of life. Two very different beginnings, and I mean, either one is a good entry point into Shanra. Like, it's so good. Like, the story's there, and yes, they're similar to fantasy, and the tropes are there, but good versus evil never ends, never prevails. Now I've got 3 more to share, and then we're good. Next one, The Price of Power by MichaelMichel. And we'll skip to the back, to the front. Let's see. This has a prologue, but the last Scoth fell gurgling, clutching his throat. Okay. And then, Chapter 1, The Watcher. Change is inevitable. It's with the justification that I can make peace with what has been to be done. My grandson, Alcaris, must die. So, if you remember the back, it says, and a powerful seer who has no choice at all, her grandson must die. So, that's that story. Now, Let's see. A dead prince that isn't dead. In a flurry of straw, Baradon scrambles to his knees and retches. So we have someone throwing up already. Like, the story is so real, yet visceral. Like, it's good stuff. There's so many point of views, and it's great. So speaking of point of views, well, we've got the master of point of views, in my opinion, John Gwynne. So Malice and Shadow of the Gods. We'll start with this one, and we'll read the first chapter. Let's see. Corbin, the year 1140 of the Ages of Exile, Birth of the Moon. And that's good. So you have time frames and dates and stuff at the beginning of these chapters. Corbin watched the spider spinning its web in the grass between his feet. Legs worked tirelessly as it wove its threads between a small rock and a clump of grass. I mean, you like spiders, you like stories. That one, it's like the Crusades, but my opinion, very good. Now, maybe one of my favorites ever, Shadow of the Gods, that dragon. Another John Gwynne, multiple POVs. This one, let's see. Chapter 1, the year 297 of Fredival, the Age of Peace. Orkra. Death is part of life, Orkra whispered into her son's ear. Why is she whispering that? Well, you'll have to find out. Varg. Varg twisted to look back over his shoulder as he ran, stumbled, almost fell, and carried on running. Like, I mean, the multiple POVs make it just so good. And then you get into the story. Pick a character, fall in love with them. Pick another character, fall in love with them. That's the multiple POVs. But anyway, hope you got your excited juices flowing with interest to read any of those or pick up a book. If you pick up a book, it just could brighten your day. The sun will shine. The sun can be gloomy. But in the book, all that matters is the next page, the next line, next word. As you read books, you can open up your brain in different ways. The understanding you gain, it's not just for recreation. I mean, you can read for school, you can read textbooks, you can read for fun. But as you read, I hope you just enjoy the experience, the ride. Pick up a book, doesn't matter what book. Enjoy, and thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. And this is Pepper Jack Hawk signing out.